Of course, the most recent FAQ is, how on earth do we use these templates? How do I choose one? And of course it comes back to, what is it that you make your mosaics from? So I thought I would do 4 demos using this pattern because it's relatively easy to follow depending on what you make. So we'll have a look at stained glass, which I'll do first because that's quick and easy for me, and then we'll have a look at tiles, ceramic tiles, so the wall tiles we might get from Bunnings, for instance, and we'll do one made from vitreous tiles, and then also crockery, and we'll see what we get with the different looks and feel of this. So the first thing you can do is, if you're doing stained glass, is think of only the black lines. Don't think of the little bits chopped up in the middle, and you do these black outlines. So this is what stained glass people do. And then you trace your pattern. You trace your pattern. And what you normally would do is cut the pattern out, cut all the black lines off because they're your grout lines. Then use each pattern piece. You would number them. You'll often see them numbered. This is called a cartoon, not a pattern. So every piece is numbered, 1, 2, 3. So you can put it back together, especially for really complex patterns. And then fit all your pieces back together on the pattern, grind where need be, toss out, rearrange, whatever it is. We're lucky with mosaics in that we can adjust it to suit ourselves. There's nothing critical in terms of absolute precision that you would need if you're a stained glass person doing copper foil. I always like to challenge myself, and what I'll do is trace this pattern exactly like that onto my glass and attempt to cut it out. That's how I challenge myself. And it's good for me to practice my cutting. Some of them I look at and think, oh, that's so not going to work. But let's see. Next visit will be the pattern all cut out, placed back on here to see what it looks like in stained glass. I've cut all the glass out of the stained glass and vaguely fitted it to the pattern. What I do is trace the pattern onto a piece of glass and then challenge myself to cut it out without making a pattern. So the only bits that went completely gaga was, there was a crack here and it just fell off. It's cold today. The other one was as you move up, because I haven't cut the grout lines off, it elongates as well, so adjustments need to be made. I felt there was a new piece that needed to go in here, so I just put one in. And these ones just did their own thing, so I didn't bother trimming them off because they just look fine. Don't get too carried away with your patterns. Remember, just guidelines. They're a beginning, not the end, and then we do whatever we want. So you can see I've completely adjusted these leaves because I had this shape already and I thought, oh, I'm not wasting that. So I'll just stick that on there and make this shape less. This is the good thing about mosaics. We don't have to worry as much as you would if you're doing a stained glass pattern where everything needs to be exact. But still, you could copper foil this. Just a single stalk with one thorn. To save this rose, I'm going to put sticky tape across the whole lot, hold all the pieces together until such time as I want to use it. I'm thinking that this is going to look lovely on a heart.